And non-educated, the real non-educated investor, the every average day retail person will come in and they'll see these and they'll get shaken out. Okay.
Is that the XRPL was basically built from day one to serve the financial service industry.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, this is going to be a little bit more of an entertaining video intertwined with research. So welcome back to the CYPRX platform. We do appreciate the love and support. This is going to be more so fixated and oriented towards the XRP army. So with that being said, let me share screen and let me show you guys what took place on Twitter in a space that Mikkel was involved in the other day. And I just so happened to come across the post from Mr. Intuitive on the X space and commented my own personal opinion. You guys can go and read that. I won't say that on YouTube. What I became this year, investing in XRP since 2017 and having it go all the way back up to $2.90 this year was a very significant rally, considering that I was buying way below 27 cents. But again, that's for you guys to go and read. But here's the comment right here. I'll go ahead and I'll actually repost this after I get off this call with you guys. But so check this out. All right. And let me, let's just jump into this. All right. So here, this is a video clip of this gentleman. Like I said, I don't know this individual, Zach Shapiro. Okay. Apparently he's a digital asset securities lawyer or something like that. And he says here in this X space, I'm going to play it for you guys. XRP YouTubers are the least intelligent people in the known universe. I'm going to actually kind of show you guys that these aren't the types of people. Let me get something straight. Everybody has opinions. That doesn't mean that you should listen to those opinions. Instead, you should do your research. You should invest, obviously, of course, based off your own risk approach. And, you know, at the end of the day, teach his own. There are certain maxis in this space that gravitate towards one digital asset. I'm not even an XRP maxi. XRP is not my biggest bag, but I can guarantee you right now that I have a firm belief that XRP is going to be a much higher valuation than it is today in 3, 4, 5 years from now. And anybody that doesn't see that is low-key kind of delusional. It's honestly one of the easiest plays long-term of our lifetimes to get involved in my personal opinion. Again, not financial advice. Keep in mind, I am diversified. I'm not an XRP maxi. I am heavily involved in XRP and Ripple related research, but it is not my biggest bag. Okay. It is one of my biggest bags, but not my biggest bag. So let's just play this real fast to set the tone. This is, I'm going to show you guys. This is hilarious. Okay. So check this out. Let's play this real fast. Take a second here and listen.
Right. If you look at the people who make XRP videos on YouTube, these are some of the least intelligent people in the known universe, right?
Have you seen some Bitcoin maxis?
If you look at the people who make XRP videos on YouTube, these are some of the least intelligent people in the known universe.
I love that. I really truly love that. And not to just hype myself up or speak on my own credentials, but for the past 5 years consecutively in a row, I've been a multi-six-figure entrepreneur. I own multiple different businesses and have a now 7-figure crypto portfolio. I can't sit here and agree with this gentleman's opinion, right? So I had to dive a little bit deeper. So just check this out. That's what I'm going to make this video on today, because it just, it's hilarious seeing people with these types of opinions. And then people will just go and gravitate towards these people with opinions because they're fearful, because they're scared. Now, I really like this comment down here by Upper Moon 1. He went on to say, or she went on to say, I don't know this individual's sex, but they posted this document from the BIS, okay, the Bank of International Settlements, from 2021. I'm pretty sure Zach's probably never seen this document. I've read it. But here's the document right here. It's a BIS working paper from July 2021. And I remember reading this document, and it does say, so far, we have treated the owners of cryptocurrencies as if they were a uniform and homogeneous group of investors who share the same socio-demographic profile. If I was so uneducated, would I be able to say those big words? I don't know. Investor characteristics may, however, vary across groups of cryptocurrencies. Figure 3C shows that cryptocurrency owners are generally more educated than the average. And among the various cryptocurrency owners, owners of XRP and Ether are the most educated, while those owning Litecoin are the least educated, with Bitcoin owners ranking in the middle. And I'm just saying, I know that this document is from 2021, but it's coming from the Bank of International Settlements. You know, this guy, Zach, does not have more credentials than the Bank of International Settlements. I thought that that was interesting. I like that comment right there. But go check out the comments on this post. It's literally such a great laugh. But anyways, moving on. So what I did is I came over to LinkedIn. And here's this individual right here, Zach Shapiro. And I'm not talking crap about this individual. I could honestly care less about the drama aspect of it. I'm more so interested in who actually has valid credentials to give opinions like this in this space. Those are the people that I listen to. So with that being said, in today's video, we're going to jump into a fundamental video clip of a panel discussion that was posted from XRPL Commons 8 days ago. Has 83 views, as you can see right here, just to show you that these types of people like Zach, they're not tapped into this type of information. They're not doing this type of research. Okay. So we're going to get into some video clips, and we're going to be playing some video clips from an individual representative. Her name is Odelia Tortman. Odelia right now serves as a director of corporate adoption at the XRPL Commons with over a decade of experience across digital finance. All right. So just take that in mind. So what I did is I came here on Zach Shapiro's LinkedIn profile. I took his experience, I copied it, and I pasted it into ChatGPT. And we'll get into that in just 1 second. So, I mean, you can see clearly right here, he has legal experience as a digital assets securities lawyer, so on and so forth. Okay. Lots of law experience. Seems like he's a lawyer of some degree. Okay. Again, like I said, I don't know this individual. And then what I did is I took Odelia Tortman, who used to be the fintech sector manager at Deloitte, Israel. Just keep that in the back of your head. Okay. As we go progress through this. And I came over to her LinkedIn profile and I took her experience and I copied it and I pasted it into ChatGPT. Now, you guys saw Zach Shapiro's experience, right? Digital assets lawyer, definitely has some credentials in this space that are valid at the end of the day. But check this out. Look at Odelia Tortman before we get into the video clips of what she said in this XRPL Commons video just recently posted 8 days ago. Currently, right now, she's the global digital finance specialist at the freaking IFC World Bank Group. IFC, the World Bank Group, the private sector investment arm of the World Bank Group, and the largest global development institution with $5 trillion of assets under management. Okay, you can read some of the key focus points under her role as this global digital finance specialist. Okay, it's pretty insane. And she worked 5 years at Deloitte, again, as the fintech sector manager director for Deloitte Israel. And you can see right here, it says what she did. She led Deloitte's fintech stream covering fintech, insurtech, and blockchain under the technology consulting practice, and she worked closely with local and global financial service industry supporting financial institutions on their innovation and digital transformation efforts. She supported global financial institutions and enterprises with diverse digitization and digital transformation projects, redefining business strategies and the technology solutions to achieve business operations and technological goals, right? So what I did is I simply just copied both of their credentials and came over to artificial intelligence to clear it up. Okay. So you can see here, all I simply did was I asked, again, just simply copying and pasting both of their credentials. I said, I'm going to give you credentials of two individuals, a man named Zach and a lady named Odelia. Based off their experience, which one would you determine is more qualified to speak on the digital asset transformation, digital assets, and cryptocurrency topics? ? And again, you can see here, I just literally copied and pasted their credentials into ChatGPT. And here is the response. Now, in between the two responses, there's a whole bunch of strengths, like ChatGPT gave strengths of Zach, gave strengths of Odelia. But long story short, to sum it up, this is what ChatGPT had to say. You can see it says, both Zach and Odelia are highly qualified, which I'm not knocking. Again, I'm not talking crap about Zach. I don't know the individual. I've said that he is and has good, valid credentials. But ChatGPT says here, in their respective domains. However, based on their credentials, Odelia appears more qualified to speak on digital transformation, digital assets, and cryptocurrency topics. While Zach is highly qualified, Odelia's extensive global experience in digital finance, blockchain, and cryptocurrency adoption across private and public sectors positions her as a stronger candidate to speak on these topics. Keep that in mind, right? We're uneducated here in the XRP community, okay, according to Zach. So let's head over. All right. I just wanted to show you guys that. That's not coming from me. That is coming from ChatGPT after plugging in the credentials of both of these individuals, saying that Odelia has more valid credentials to talk on these topics. Well, 8 days ago, let's come over here. This has 83 views. Crypto for Good webinar, Mercy Corp Ventures. This is a video where Odelia Tortman was talking and speaking, and let's just listen to what she has to say. All right, because this is pretty mind-blowing. Again, these are the types of videos that individuals like Zach and other Bitcoin maxis are not paying attention to. So let's take a second here and just listen to about 3 different video clips, and let's just listen to what she has to say.
Thank you, Jonathan, and hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Very glad to be with you today. So a few sentences about what is XRPL Commons. It is basically an open source association based out of Paris with the mission to basically create the optimal conditions for success for the few individuals and entities that comprise the XRPL ecosystem, which are the entrepreneurs, the developers, the startups, and the corporates. And to basically do everything we can in order to support this ecosystem to be a thriving one. So we are constantly focusing on developing new, innovative, impactful use cases that are targeting to solve real-world use cases and to assist both developers as well as businesses to actually understand, learn more, what can blockchain technology do and be relevant for their businesses, obviously very much focusing upon the XRPL and the different capabilities that it has. Next slide, please.
Paul's right there. She just confirmed that they are in the process of teaching businesses and large enterprises real-world use cases, and they're fixated their attention on teaching them about the XRP ledger and the use cases that it can bring to service their businesses. You guys heard that, correct? Okay, that's number 1. And again, that's coming from an individual whom ChatGPT, after plugging in the credentials, determined has more valid credentials to talk and discuss about these things. I just want to make that clear, okay? It's not coming based off of my opinion. That's coming based off of plugging in the credentials from both of these individuals and asking ChatGPT a simple question and relaying that information back to you guys, okay? Now let's continue to listen to what she says here.
The way that we operate in order to achieve this mission is basically focusing on our 4 developed pillars. First is the learn. Basically, our goal, what we're focusing on, is to democratize the education and the knowledge across blockchain. And we're doing it by working both with professors as well as with universities and with all kinds of educational programs. So from one side, we have academic partnerships with different types of universities around the world, from the UC Berkeley to the Sorbonne, whereby we have developed and designed courses, like I said, both for the professors as well as for the students, covering both the technical elements as well as the business elements and the operational aspects of the blockchain. We're doing all kinds of learning resources for the wider community via our Oasis platform, which is basically an educational playground for professors.
So I wanted to pause again right there. She's literally openly confirming that they are starting to integrate this stuff into the largest universities on the face of this planet. Okay. Do you think that XRP investors are uneducated now at this point after listening to even how far we've gone into this video? She literally, again, an individual with more valid credentials than Zach, according to ChatGPT, just said that they're starting to incorporate this learning process into the largest universities, okay? Universities that require a very high degree of education, background, and money to even get into. And they're starting to teach about blockchain, XRPL use cases to professors and to students. You heard that, right? Okay, so just keep that in mind. When an individual with less credentials than somebody with more credentials comes on the internet and says that XRP YouTubers are not educated, it again is just an opinion. It is not fact-based. And that is the problem with Twitter and the open internet, is everybody has the ability to come in here and implement their opinion into this space. And the real non-educated investor, the every average day retail person will come in and they'll see these and they'll get shaken out. Okay. They'll get shaken out. They'll make irrational, emotional based decisions based off of something that was said on the internet by an individual with credentials less than an individual with more credentials has to say on the internet. And it's honestly really saddening, in my personal opinion. Okay. back to this individual here. Okay, again, Odelia. Let's go to 9 minutes and 39 seconds where she specifically talks and discusses about the XRPL and XRP, the digital asset. Take a second here and just listen.
So now, after you learned a little bit who commons are, basically, I want to take a few minutes to share a bit what is basically the XRPL ledger. So if we can please move to the next slide. So the XRPL is basically an open source, decentralized layer 1 public blockchain led by a community of both developers as well as businesses that are all looking to solve the challenges that they're currently facing and create additional value. And the ledger was designed from the inception basically to revolutionize the international money transfer with the XRP token as the bridge currency. And this basically translates into a great deal of utility in terms of offering lightning fast speed of transaction, modern architecture, and a lot of pre-built, predefined functionalities, which offers a very rich arsenal of tools to use. Now, I think that in context of the webinar that we're currently hosting, one of the important things to remember is that the XRPL was basically built from day one to serve the financial service industry.
XRPL was built from day one to service the financial industry.
Now, I think that in context of the webinar that we're currently hosting, one of the important things to remember is that the XRPL was basically built from day one to serve the financial service industry.
Okay, again, teach his own. You're listening to an individual, according to ChatGPT, that has more credentials to talk about digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and the broader ecosystem compared to Zach. Okay, now again, I'm not attacking Zach. I don't know this individual, but I'm just trying to show you guys that people with opinions on the internet should not be taken seriously. Instead, do your research and listen to people with many more valid credentials in this space that are sitting here on YouTube. She's not a YouTuber, but I'm here as a YouTuber utilizing this content that has barely any views to show you guys that this is what sophisticated and educated individuals with many more credentials are actually talking about. And you can clearly see the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because nobody's paying attention to this stuff. Nobody. Look at this. 83 views on this video 8 days ago. Okay. So last but not least, I'll play this last video clip and then we'll end it here for you guys. Again, I just wanted to come on. I barely ever get involved in drama or, Twitter on the internet because it's so toxic. But just take a second here, listen to this last video clip. And again, take into consideration everything that I've shown you up to this point. Hopefully you guys can see that you shouldn't be on the internet gathering up opinions. Instead, do fact-based research, do research based off of your own accord by reading documents, watching these panel discussions, listening in, signing up for webinars, and really just further educating yourself about this space instead of listening to people with a whole bunch of followers on the internet bash certain digital assets because they themselves are uneducated on it. Okay, take a second here and listen.
The fact that the whole architecture is extremely user-friendly, right? With a one endpoint approach, what we call one API to rule them all, which basically makes it very easy and user-friendly to integrate to this entire basket of different types of functionalities and pre-configured, predefined features, which are very easy to use and to operate with, and makes it, like I said, extremely on a minimal code required and extremely friendly. And I think that, again, within the context of this webinar, all these key features are what makes the XRPL an extremely relevant ledger, specifically when one is trying to design decentralized finance-based use cases for developing markets and to support financial inclusion, because many of these markets, as we know, are facing a lot of the challenges that also developed countries are facing, but in a larger scale from once. And from the other side, can also benefit quite greatly from the flexibility and functionality that the ledger, enhanced by different types of DeFi-based use cases, can offer.
I'll pause it right there. I don't know if you guys caught that, but again, an individual, according to ChatGPT, with more credentials to talk about this stuff, said just now to you guys in a video with 83 views that the XRP ledger.
All these key features are what makes the XRPL an extremely relevant ledger, specifically when one is trying to design decentralized finance-based use cases for developing markets and to support financial inclusion, because many of these markets, as we know, are facing a lot of the challenges that also developed countries are facing, but in a larger scale from once. And from the other side, can also benefit quite greatly from the flexibility and functionality that the ledger, enhanced by different types of DeFi-based use cases, can offer.
a ledger that is very relevant considering all of these use cases and abilities that it has to serve enterprises, financial institutions, and the broader digital asset ecosystem. So with that being said, again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video breakdown just to show you guys calm. Right now is the calm before the storm. We are in the early days still. And I know that people hate hearing that because humans naturally are impatient individuals, but be patient, remain adaptive, understand that marrying a bias is extremely toxic. Don't just, again, fixate your attention on one digital asset. Diversification is key. For example, I hold Bitcoin, I have XRP, I have many other digital assets. I'm not married to one digital asset. And again, in my personal opinion, neither should you be. This is a very diverse ecosystem where different chains and different networks and different assets are all going to coexist in the future. Instead, be research oriented, be open-minded to information instead of closed-minded and opinionated. All right. So that's my message to you guys today. Again, I'm not talking crap to Zach. I don't know that individual. I just wanted to show you guys from a standpoint, looking back from a more sophisticated individual in the space, listening into what she has to say, you can see how the opinion of somebody with lesser credentials compared to somebody with facts has to say about these topics. Many blessings to you guys. And as always, be cognizant, be aware out there. None of this is financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to go out there and get involved in digital assets or buy XRP by any means. Always assess your own personal risk properly. And with that being said, make sure that you're subscribed to the platform. Smash that thumbs up button if you did enjoy. And I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.